Bup 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 bup. Oh God. What is up, Meowistic? Obviously the first one here. What is up? Tobias, Yoshi, Ryan, Alabaman, yo. Weaponized autism. How's it going, guys? I'm doing pretty well. What's up, Jeremy? Hope you're doing well. Hope everyone here is doing well so far. Oh boy, do we have an event? We are covering a big event. So if you guys haven't noticed, r/complaints, the moderators are sleeping. So, you know, there's a lot of fun to be had when you're not getting literally breathed down your neck the entire time while using this site. So we're gonna just check it out. We're documenting. That's what we're doing. Whenever there's an event, that's what we like to do here. But if you guys didn't hear, Reddit Lies actually got suspended, unfortunately. Do you guys know that that Twitter account or X account, whatever? Reddit Lies. It is no longer a thing, unfortunately. Now, Reddit Retards is still a thing. But Reddit Lies isn't. Yo, get... But anyway, I'm going to be waiting just a little bit longer to see... just to let people come in, and then we will be looking through r/complaints. What is up? Reddit still being a thing is terrifying. You know, low-key, I have to bat for it, because it is what I make my content on. So. Alright, great. Botrix is now in. Let me get the chat up. All right. Here we go. All right, so let's sort by new. Let's see what's new. 1 minute ago, Trump is bad. Just body text. All right. We're not even trying. Liberals have the lowest IQs. If they were smarter, they would be Republicans. They truly are subhuman. It's hilarious that so many blue-haired bots on Reddit think of themselves as intelligent. Every single one of them are irrational, illogical morons who deserve to be treated as second-class citizens. They supported a brain-dead pedophile who molested his own daughter, per her own written words, because Rachel Maddow programmed them to. They are all nothing but useful idiots. They cry because people who came here illegally are being deported, not because of any moral reason, but because they have to pay $1 more for their lettuce, since they no longer have illegals to work as indentured servants. Take note of them all. Even if they are your family members, enjoy as you watch them suffer for the next 3.5 years. Listen to their complaints and be grateful that they are complaining, because they are losing, and as such, America is winning. Fuck every one of them. Oh my God. You can tell the mods aren't active. That is a wild post to see on this site. Just having a screenshot of this site with this post. Holy shit. Every accusation is a confession. The leader of your cult is a self-admitted sexual predator. Who isn't a fucking sexual predator now in our government, you know? This is nothing new. Hold up. Go. Bro, the cat just meowed at the door and then ran away. We're literally smarter than Republicans in every way. That's why we have actual jobs, not working menial labor. People like you are the only trash in this country, and it won't get better until you're all in the same place as that nasty Ashley Babbitt cunt. Trump bad, that's all, LOL. Release the files, arrest the files. If you like Trump, you're a Nazi, since it appears to be the cool thing. Oh my god, I see this spammed everywhere too. All the like documents for Epstein's whatever. Redditors are moving that around a lot. Oh, here we go. Fuck you, self-righteous twats. Muting the subreddit for filling my page with junk. I don't know why it keeps popping up on my page, but never again. Trump bad, Trump Nazi, and evil and meanie now upvote. Also, all conservatives are super evil and irredeemable. There's not a single good one, and they have never had a good idea ever. They are all Nazis. I like how people are actually trying to have like normal posts, but it just keeps getting spammed. You ever been on Doomer Circle Jerk? I actually haven't. I haven't been on it on the channel, but I've like looked through it. I fuck Donald Trump, fuck MAGA, fuck conservatives, blah 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 blah. Okay, low quality. We need to find the good troll posts. There's enough Trump this, Trump that. The Trump complaints that this sub should be retitled. Wait. There's enough Trump this and Trump that complaints that this sub should be... Okay. Sorry. I was having dyslexia. I don't understand why people complain about rapists and Nazis. Rapists and Nazis. Right, because no libtard has ever raped anyone or had Nazi ideals. I.e., let's get rid of a group of people called Republicans. Oh, wait. Oh, he dropped a link. The long list of Democrats accused of sexual misconduct. Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I think this is an advertisement. That's iHeartRadio. Harvey Weinstein, Louis C.K., Brett Ratner, Andrew Kresberg, Steve Jervston, Andy Dick, Hamilton Fish, Al Franken, Kevin Spacey, Rick Najera, director of CBS's Diversity Showcase. This ain't that long of a list. I'm sure we could keep going. What is up, guys? Thank you, Kazoo. George Washington would disapprove of all these people. George Washington would disapprove of our entire system right now, probably, as it is of current. I don't blame him either. I love these ads. That's really not deceptive at all, how they try to make what is this music? Can we... Why is this lo-fi sucks? Oh shit, I accidentally deleted it. Hold up, give me a second. We'll do this. Can you guys hear that? All right, there we go. We're astute. How long until you get doxxed? Hopefully forever. I'm not trying to get doxxed. That would suck. Complaints, not political garbage. Of the 25 posts I saw, 22 of the 25 were Trump or political. 3 weren't. We all fucking get it. Pedos suck. Nah, this is just some top tier brigading. You know, brigading is bad, but I mean, I see r/conservative get brigaded every single fucking day and nothing ever happens. So whenever I see another subreddit get brigaded, I just, who gives a shit? It's Reddit. Conservatives hate and leave Reddit because Reddit voting mirrors democracy, and democracy is inherently socialist. Socialism values the collective over the individual, while anti-socialists are primarily looking out for themselves or their close social network. A Reddit post is a gift to the collective without any demand for followers. Facebook, YouTube, Instagram are individualistically modeled, focusing strongly on individuals and brands, attracting fans, subscribers, followers, growing their attention. Blah, 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 blah. Never even look at the username. Okay, hold up. Sorry, the music's bothering me again. Maybe it's a little too loud. What up, Joel? Okay, sorry. Blah, blah, blah. Literal wall of text. Conservatives have grown up with centralized talking head figures, feeding them all their news, often building up antagonism against the left on every single issue. What do these people think are happening to them?
Tremble before the scourge.
Yo, Joel. I was moistened, question mark? I think everybody at some point has been moistened by the news, at least a little. You're not alone. I need to start a helpline for anyone who's been moistened by the mainstream media. Joining Reddit and seeing collective bring news that's the complete opposite of those talking heads can only create cognitive dissonance with everything they believed in. Apostasy is nearly impossible for most individuals, but thank you for the 5. The brain always tries to protect us by steering us away from thoughts that conflict with our ingrained sense of self and consistency. I feel like you can apply this to literally any human that's ever been, you know, fed propaganda at any point in their life, right? I don't think anyone is above the machine, you know? Everybody, the machine is powerful. You gotta accept that. You'll be a victim of it at some point to like any lies or, you know, what's it called? Withholding of truths or information that they give you. Obviously, because they have a agenda they have to push to make their money. So it's not really a surprise, but that's why individual media is becoming so much more popular and actually getting a lot more money in comparison if we just stack up, you know, all the big creators who actually talk about the news and stuff. I'm begging you, based king, we need to convert normies to being based. I mean, we are. My channel's still growing at a really, really high rate. Even when I'm not posting, which is fucking incredible. $2, Matthew Pickard, Canadian. So 20 cents, thank you. I'm just kidding. Conservatives hate Reddit because Reddit is gay. Reddit certainly is fucking gay, but I don't think that's really why conservatives hate it. I think they just hate that the moderation is so against them that you basically can't have an opinion without getting literal things, like features blocked from you because you need more karma. Like that's how the system works. It perpetuates you having the same opinion as everyone else so that you can get the same karma. I mean, look at this. Obviously, there's a lot of people spamming, or brigading, and just putting really lazy posts that say, I hate Trump. but some of them worked. Some of them went through, even though they were clearly bots. So if this wasn't happening, I'm sure we'd be seeing a lot more upvotes for a lot of these posts. Ahem, Trump is bad. This guy is the worst. Am I right? Give me effing karma now. And it works. 32. No karma for you. You forgot to say everyone who voted for him is also the worst. Literal Nazis need to die, and the entire family for 3 generations needs to get punished. Oh my god, this guy got nuked by Reddit. Why are there no mods? That's a good question. I don't know. I don't know what's going on with is there one mod? Is this guy just sleeping? Yeah, there's literally one mod. He joined back in 2015. Shout out to my chronic ball pain. Yo, can we get an L in chat for Joel? I know Joel IRL, and he has some random fucking condition that makes it so like his groin just twists itself or some shit. And he's just in constant pain, so that sucks. It fucking sucks. If anyone here has it, let me know so y'all can talk and have a little therapy session together. Reddit desktop is broken. The truth about Trump supporters, they're okay. They just have minor political opinions that you might not share. Grow up. But I don't know how to deal with being wrong and losing. Wait, who won the election? Oh, I saw this. Trump supporters cannot be forgiven. Trump supporters are literal Nazis. Every conservative is an irredeemable Nazi consumed by the hate speech of the Trump Reich. They are rabidly racist, misogynistic, and transphobic, ignoring oppression and bigotry at every opportunity. Their fascist bloodlust drives them to impose tyrannical control, craving a world where equality and diversity are crushed under their black boots. They'd gleefully ship asylum seekers to gulags like alligator Alcatraz. This isn't up for debate. It's the cold, hard truth. I like how they, I just love this line. I don't know why. It reminds me of, oh, what does it remind me of? Oh, God. It's like, oh, fuck. I've seen posts like this unironically. It's like how ChatGPT speaks. Like, I feel like some Redditors got their speech patterns from AI, or AI only takes from their speech patterns. I don't know how to describe it, but it's the, like, dash. It's the cold, hard truth. I think they're using ChatGPT or something. All your family members who voted for Trump, all your friends, even your own children, they're literal Nazis. P.S. Trans rights. Nobody is an immigrant. He doesn't make a statement about it. He just puts trans rights. Nobody is an immigrant on stolen land. Free Palestine from the river to the sea. Defund the police. Make all menstrual products free. You know, this would be actually a good one. I would support this if, you know, if we didn't have so much fraud, waste, and abuse, and we actually had a surplus in our country economically instead of, what is it, 37 trillion? But yeah, we actually had a surplus last month of $27 billion for the first time since 2001. Isn't that crazy? But obviously no one's going to talk about it. No one's going to fucking talk about it. When was the last time the U.S. economy had a surplus? The last time the U.S. federal government had a budget surplus was in fiscal year 2001. This occurred during the final year of President Bill Clinton's administration. A surplus happens when the government collects more revenue than it spends in a given fiscal year. And we just had 27 billion. Now, I know that's not that much, but holy shit, is it a start? It's something. And yeah, maybe 9/11 had something to do with it, but you know. Well, we haven't had 9/11, so wait, where is it? Oh, okay, here it is. Okay, Matthew Pickard again with 5 Canadian. My face when a leftist calls me a member of the National Socialist Workers' Party, thus inadvertently calling socialism evil. Now, see, here's the thing. The Nazis were socialist only to certain people. Obviously, the Germans. They were very selective with, and they were also capitalist. Hitler did basically, he played a lot of ends in that he tried to just satisfy the people who not satisfy, that's the wrong word, but he would capitulate to the people who, like, it depended on who he was talking to. But I'm pretty sure the German economy at that time was capitalistic, and that's how they got most of their money. But the government wanted to control what was being, you know, like the information and stuff. I don't know. I still need to do more research on that. I'm reading right now The Rise and the Fall of the Third Reich by William Schreier. I don't know. Has anyone read that book in chat? But it's actually really good. It's really good so far. It's a lot of good history. William Schreier was he was a journalist around that era, and he lived in Germany for about 8 years, and then he had to flee to the U.S. No, but sounds interesting. Girl, you live with me. You can read it.
Tremble before the scourge.
I'd recommend TIK History's vid on Hitler. What's that? Oops, what the fuck? Oh, thank you, by the way. Thank you for the 7 now. What up, handsome Barry? Oh, is it this guy? All right, we'll look at this later. But let's keep going, because guys, this isn't gonna last long. A moderator is gonna wake up, or Reddit's gonna take over, probably shut down the sub if this keeps going. So let's try to get as much content out of this subreddit as we can. I'm tired of conservatives fucking little girls and boys. I'm really sick of having a pedophile in the people's house. A bunch of pedos, in fact, and an adjudicated rapist and a 34-count convicted felon whose brain is literal mush. I'm tired of conservatives fucking little girls and boys. Okay. You complain too much. More specifically, his video on National Socialism. Oh, okay. Not just... I'll watch both of them. I find that time period interesting. Because I want to do that. Then I want to do the American Revolution. And then I am looking through all of the presidents. I want to know every single president from 1 to 47, what they were doing, just so I have full historical context. I've been taking notes. Like, I'm basically taking a history class, but every day, and watching or listening and watching to videos. But anyway, you complain too much, MAGA everywhere. Or their favorite, still crying because he won, wah wah. Everyone in power is a pedophile, deal with it. I mean, they're mocking us, but considering the facts, that might not be too far off. Question: how many Hollywood lean liberal, and how many of them went to the island? How many musicians endorsed Kamala, and how many went to the Diddy parties? Dude, here's the thing. I don't like taking this route of you're a pedophile, no, you're a pedophile, no, you're a pedophile. Like, I want facts. I just want hard, cold facts. Everybody from any party, okay, not everybody, but anybody from any party has the potential to be a pedophile. Anyone who calls upon, anyone who makes statements like this is retarded, all right? There is so many powers involved, and people who have a ridiculous amount of money that can basically get away with essentially whatever. So if you have enough money and enough friends or enough people in power, you know, you're gonna, you just have unlimited potential in the harm that you can cause, which is why this is so big of a story. Y'all know any good add-ons for Gmod? Is this 2010? Overuse of the word Nazi. My God, why do so many people feel the need to call anything right of center a Nazi? We've cheapened the word so much. Anytime I see it, I just assume someone's being overdramatic. I was reading about a literal Nazi, and my brain went, "Oh, did he support strong border policy?" No, he was a literal Nazi. Words have meanings. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk and touch grass. Holy shit, this was 3 hours ago, and this got 200 comments? I5s? 15s? Because, what does it say, I5s? The fuck? Because it's still not that long ago, all it would take is being called racist, bigot, and Nazi had serious repercussions. People were ostracized, fired from jobs, and hounded. Now it's changed again. I was labeled an actual Nazi supporter, had a thing on my profile and everything, because I was asking them to provide any kind of evidence for the things they were saying. Canadian, $2. MAGA equals my uncle touched me. Redditor probably. That's actually pretty tame for what a Redditor would call you. If you admit to being a Trump supporter. And also, how's that a vindication against you? You were touched by your uncle. What? That's not your fucking fault. Both sides call each other Nazis. If that were true, they would be besties. Guys, give me a 1 if you've ever called anyone in an argument a Nazi who is on the left, and 2 if you haven't. Like a serious argument, not just some like spat. I don't think I've ever thought of calling someone a Nazi just randomly in a debate. Okay, we have 1 person. Like, this is not something you randomly use unless you're on Reddit. Like, Reddit is the only place where I see, and maybe Twitter. But those 2 places are the only places I see the word Nazi so consistently used. And, misused, more specifically. For trolling, sure, but never for reals. I mean, yeah. It's because you don't use that unless we're talking about, like, people like Nick Fuentes or... I don't even know who else is that popular in that space. Richard Spencer, right? Those are the 2 big ones. Let's see. You mean when he called people waving Nazi flags very fine people and then refused to denounce neo-Nazis dozens of times when asked by reporters? Oh my God. Ugh. How long has it been? When did that happen? When did Charlottesville happen? 7 years ago? 8 years ago? Okay, this guy covers it. I don't need to say anything. Holy shit, this is a long ass. This is what Reddit would look like legitimately if it didn't have like the moderators saying anything. Like this is what r/politics would probably look more like. Just these long strings of arguments that mostly go nowhere, but they're still fun to read. They're more fun to read. Let's see. The word is appropriate now. It really is. Another good point. Oh my god, dude. I'm sure there's some gems here, but I don't want to waste y'all's time just reading a 30-string argument that basically will amount to nothing. So let's just move on. My cat is a Trump supporter. He's an asshole to the other cats and humans, so I'm just assuming this. Have you told your cat that he's a Nazi today? We will ask the questions. I normally do not support animal abuse, but this is an exception. Does he really hate black and brown cats? Does he also really hate black and brown cats? The black cats fight back. He picks on the gray cat and the white one with AIDS. Wait, late in life lesbians are so off-putting to me, a gay elder? I've been openly queer since middle school and grew up in a really homophobic small town. Luckily, since they have moved to the city where I can safely be out. Every few months or so, some new woman whom I evidently went to high school with tracks me down, tells me they're out and they've been in love with me, and then are angry that my stoner ass doesn't remember them. Girl, I don't owe you flattery or mutual attraction. Well, sorry, I was about to say attention, and I turned into a retard. Please don't stop looking up gays from your weird high school and expecting to build a life with them. I would rather read a phone book than even think about my high school. Aside from that, if I was interested in you, I would have figured out you're gay before you knew it. Now let me eat my city puss in peace. r/that happened? I don't know. Is this a complaint? This is such a weird post. It's an elderly gay lesbian complaining that random people from their high school probably are approaching them in the street wanting to fuck. Okay, we're moving on. Democrat. Damn, dude, the Reddit bots are going crazy tonight. What is up with this? Yo, execute this person. Execute him. There we go. Dude, that's crazy. I don't know what to do. The bigger my channel gets, the more I see like random bot accounts appear on my channel. Trump is bad. Trump is a bad boy and he needs to be punished. We can't keep letting him get away with it. I think him and his supporters need to be spanked. This is not AI slop. I'm a real boy. Yeah, let's see about that. Hold up. Okay, this person is real. The mods are, this sub is funny as hell. The mods are non-existent. The Democrats are repeating the words pedo and Nazis. The Republicans are calling everyone else crybabies, etc. I just found the sub a couple of days ago and unhinged stuff going on here. Fuck it, keep it coming. I'm in agreement with this guy. We need to keep it coming. What is up, the new people joining? I see we have like 60 new people since I last looked. What's up? We're trying to find the good posts since this subreddit is mod free at the moment. Hey man, gotta hunt the good stuff. I like your attitude. Yeah man, just sitting back and watching people insult each other knowing both sides will never back down. Dude, the bot problem is so obvious. I can't tell. Are people pretending to be bots and posting? It wouldn't be that surprising to me. Why do liberal Karens feel the incessant need to correct everyone? I feel like this question answers itself. Annoyed by contradictory claims that about the Nazi/Zionist Trump. Is he a Nazi or is he a Zionist? He can't be both. How can he be compromised by a Jewish Israel spy, Epstein, and also be an anti-Semitic Nazi? Does Nazi have a new meaning? Or are we still talking about the National Socialists? You can very much be both. Nazis hate Zionists. Not always. The Havara Agreement was an agreement between Nazi Germany and Zionist organizations signed on 25 August 1933. The agreement was finalized, and after 3 months of talks by the Zionist Federation of Germany, the Anglo-Palestine Bank, under the directive of the Jewish Agency and the economic authorities of Nazi Germany, it was a major factor in making possible the migration of approximately 60,000 German Jews to Palestine between 1933 and 39. Wait. Guys, doesn't this just mean they were trying to get rid of the Jews, so they signed some agreement to deport them? I don't think that's them, like, siding. Am I reading this wrong? I don't think that's them siding with Jewish people or Zionists. It's just kind of like we both have the same, we both have the same goals, so, you know, it'd be convenient to sign this thing just so we can justify deporting them or whatever. Although the Nazi Party won the greatest share of the popular vote in the 2 Reichstag general elections of 1932, they did not have a majority, so Hitler led a short-lived coalition government formed by the Nazis, blah, 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 under pressure. Okay. So someone's sending an article without actually reading it. Not surprising, I mean. Trump is not a literal Nazi. The term Nazi gets tossed around pretty casually, but fascist would be a more accurate term to describe Trump's style of governance. As for a Zionist, it's hard to know what he truly believes because he flip-flops often and aggressively. He doesn't seem to grasp the basic concepts of how Israel was formed. I don't think anyone can grasp the basic concepts of how fucking Israel was formed. I don't think anyone... Yeah, I know my subreddit is banned. Okay, anyone in chat? Is anyone in chat? No bias whatsoever, right? Does anyone in chat, can they tell me where to find or actual facts about this very, very long struggle between Israel and the other states within the region? Or how, I understand that Israel was created because of an agreement between the US and a bunch of fucking countries. Blame the UK? Is your Discord not allowing new members? Which one? I have a patron Discord for anyone who either becomes a member through someone donating or you donating yourself. They can't draw borders. Adios, cheese stick fanatic. Thank you for coming around. Okay, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I don't understand the whole Israel thing, which is why I don't really speak on it. I don't care to talk about it. I mean, Israel can do what it wants. It doesn't need all of our money though. Unless it wants to pay us. If it wants to pay us, then sure. You can have bombs. But I don't think we should just give them it. We do know that he's heavily funded through AIPAC, who absolutely are Zionists, so Trump supports Zionism in a transactional sense at least. Trump is also loyal to Putin. Russia's best interests are America lean into isolationism, something you'll see a nice, clean party line on who supports Israel's interests and who supports Russia. Meanwhile, we the people are left with crumbs, and our children will be sent off to die in wars. I hear this, but at the same time, I don't think we're in a war. I don't think we're going to be in war. I think it's so unpopular in the American, just from the American citizen perspective, that it would be like political suicide to actually declare war or to get troops involved on the ground. Oh, the bots are back. The fucking N-word bots are back. Valiant Goat with another 5 memberships. Holy shit, dude. If you are someone who received a membership at any point on my channel, you are allowed into the Patreon. Or the patron Discord. Thank you so much. Oh my god, dude, chat is cooked for whatever recording we have. If you know, you know. I hate how there's so many bad people that support bad people. They make me sick, and Trump is evil and probably eats babies. I heard they do sacrificial offerings using undocumented immigrants. If you voted for this, then you voted for this. I hate bad people and the bad people that vote for bad people. Oh, man. Thank you so much, Valiant Goat, though. Trump is a racist, sexist, transphobic, homophobic, fascist, ageist, ableist, anti-Semitic, Islamophobic, xenophobic, misogynist, misandrist, abusive, murderer, pedophile, Nazi. And I am tired of everyone who says he isn't. Anyone who disagrees with this, you are no worse than terrorists. Flat Earthers or Adolf Hitler. I feel like there's just a slight difference between the morality of being a flat earther, a terrorist, or literally Adolf Hitler. Oh god. Oh man, dude, my chat is cooked. What the fuck is going on? Yeah, I know there's a new N-word bot. There always is. I don't know why they keep showing up. Every time they do it, it makes me look better when we just immediately ban them. I don't know who is doing this. Most people are basically Adolf Hitler. Most people are evil. Parents chop off their child's foreskin. Nobody talks about that. Ever heard of the Milgram experiment? It proved the overwhelming majority of people are basically Hitler. When you walk past some ordinary person on the street and say hi, you basically walked past and greeted Adolf Hitler. Okay, wait. Give me a 1 in chat if you agree with circumcision, and give me a 2 if you don't. Like, doing it to a kid. Let's see how divided we are. Oh, wow. Okay. Is there anything in the Bible that says that... Okay, for those who say they're okay with circumcision, I'm guessing it's for religious reasons, but give me other reasons why you guys are for circumcision. Oops. Oh man, this was for a skit. Hold up. Let's have a little debate. Let me change the size of this. There we go. Okay, my mom said so. That's a pretty good reason. You wouldn't, especially if you're living with her, you don't want to go against her if you're living. Makes it look bigger. Tradition. Clean dicks. They said it's for hygiene. Hygiene, sorry. It's all medical reasons. Foreskin cheese is pretty awful. The Bible did say that genitals didn't have to be cutted. What would you say if I said it was an unforced error for those to have... Actually, wait. Let me get a background real quick. What do you guys want as the background? Oh God, Joel. Don't perpetuate the spam. Everyone I've talked to has had no like cleansing issues with in terms of circumcision. Hold up. What should the background be? Oh, I found it. Never mind. Never mind. Don't worry about it. Oh, thank you, Joshua. Okay, while I'm doing this, for those who still find circumcision okay, tell me why. I'm not doing an Epstein Island background. I thought about it for a second, as a joke, but there's a better one. Tell me what morally justifies like the botched circumcisions. Isn't that an unforced error? Like why is it necessary? I'm waiting. I'm reading. Just get a Jewish doctor to do it. It's an accident though, right? It is an accident, but at the same time, it's an unforced error. If you didn't go for the circumcision, there would be no accident. There would be no chance for an accident. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not necessary, but it's bad either. But it's not bad either. I say it's a risk the parent has the right to take. Though, to be fair, I don't know the success rate. It's probably high. I'll give you that. Circumcision success rate is probably high, considering like modern medicine and everything. Blood for the blood gone. Yes, we get circumcisions for corn. All right. Circumcision. Personally, I think it should be banned. Right? I don't think there should be a religious reason to essentially cut off a part of your child's penis. Okay, it's less than 3% cases. So it's around 2%. But still, 2% of the population having, like, a problem with circumcision. I guess it depends on, like, how severe the problem is. But it should be banned for child's. I mean, you can get it at any time in your life. You can be circumcised at any time in your life. What happened to the skin? Do billionaires eat them? That's a good question. I don't know what they do with them. They probably just throw it away, let's be honest though. Let the child figure out on its own. Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, you can teach yourself to clean yourself. Are you serious? Do most of you think that the population can't figure out how to clean your own dick? Now, to be fair, the number that probably can't figure out is probably higher than I would personally be okay with. But still, come on. Come on. If you're that retarded, maybe you should just deal with the consequences at that point. You'd be surprised. Maybe I would be, but I would hope not. Anyway, sorry, I had to get that where is it? I had to get that rant out of the way. Okay. Democrats can't control the narrative anymore, so they cry a lot. That's what I am seeing, and it's pretty comical to watch. The same can be said for liberals and Republicans, but in the last 8 years, so much lying has gone on that now with the truth coming out, people just don't know how to react, so they cry a lot. And come here and complain a lot. You're not alone. There is help. All you have to do is open your eyes and take each day at a time. You're gonna be fine. Trump has our back. Ooh. That last statement probably did not rub them right. You have to be circumcised to have a bar mitzvah? I think you have to be circumcised to be Jewish in general, not just have that. Rare non-based opinion from Floppa. You don't think that going against the grain on society not wanting circumcision, society wanting circumcision is not based? Get the fuck out of here, man. I've held that opinion for all my life. You may think I'm wrong, but it's still based. This is satire, right? Not sure liberals ever controlled the narrative. Even when the truth comes out, Fox News has lied to its followers so much. People don't even believe the truth when it is shown to them. It's all just fake news to them. Yes, guys. CNN, MSNBC, they have never lied once. Ever. That is true. Democrats can't message for crap. And Republicans are so stupid and racist, they will believe and act upon any lie to further their pedo leader's career. So you agree with taking away 17 million Americans' access to health care and medication while simultaneously adding $5 trillion to the deficit. I see this number change so often. I don't know. Are they actually talking about Americans? Like, how are we getting to this number? I never see anyone talk about that. Adding $5 trillion to the deficit, giving billionaires more tax breaks, and giving ICE a $170 billion budget, all while gutting our important public programs like education, not to mention the changes to SNAP programs so fellow taxpaying Americans that are struggling in this messed up economy can just starve. Here's the thing. I would actually not find... I actually don't find a problem with programs like Snap, but at the same time, I think there's a lot of other issues that we need to address on a personal level that would actually help the economy, and a lot of people aren't going to like it, but personal accountability is a big one. And Jesus Christ, dude. There are so many markets that absolutely fuck the American people that a lot of people just fall into, and one of those markets is the car market. I've seen people that have enormous amounts of debt go into even more debt when they buy like a car or gamble. I don't know. They make groceries cost more and price gouged. Where? And like, where are you talking about? I don't think it was only the work requirements. I do agree with the work requirements. If you are an able-bodied American, you should be like, you know, fucking working. Just like the rest of us. Or at least making money in some way. I don't even want to say, like, whatever you consider work. You should be trying to find some way to get money and actually make the economy, you know, enter the economy in some type of way. Education is a state problem, not a federal. The nation should not pay for you to get a degree. That I agree with. There's some degrees that I hold an exception to. And that's like the really high stake degrees, like medical and engineering. I wouldn't mind helping those people more. And that is one of the criticisms I actually have of the Big Beautiful Bill, is that they cut the tax loan, or not the tax loan, but they cut the student loan to $20,000, I think, either per year or per semester. But they also capped it. But these are like degrees that you actually have to prove yourself to have gotten that far into. So I wish that's one of the complaints. I mean, we can go through it, and I can give you each thing that I like and don't like, but we'll do that for another time, because like I said, I want to keep looking at this. Your God is a pedophile. I'm guessing they mean Trump. Nazis need to die. I need karma, so upvote this. At least you're truthful. Wait until you hear who lost World War II. Ironically, this is the most comprehensive Trump is a Nutsi Karma Farm post, sorry. Good job, dude, but you forgot to strawman half of America, including Jewish people. What exactly constitutes a Nazi in your world? I don't know. I just want karma. The honesty is unbelievable. Trump supporters are evil incarnate. Each and every person that voted for Trump are basically pure, concentrated evil. They have zero redeeming qualities and should not be allowed to breathe the same air as a decent human being that voted for Kamala Harris only because Bernie Sanders wasn't permitted to be in the race. You're a Nazi. You're a Nazi because you are, and I said you are, Tuck Frump Nuon that voted for him, Ellen OK, made Tesla and fly to moon. They'll give me karma. Dude, Jarvis, I'm running low on karma was actually one of my favorite favorite things to read. Adios, Tethy. Jarvis, jerk it a little. Democrats like ice cream too much. Damn lefties, addicted to sugar and cream. Karma farming. Why does a 16-ounce Red Bull cost $5.60? That is a good question. I don't drink Red Bull though. Ugh. Oh, yo, you know what? Hold up. Are the Trump complaints bots? This is a relatively small sub, and they keep saying the same handful of buzzwords over and over, and I have to wonder if this is a targeted campaign to make us look bad, or are they serious? Bots usually say the same thing word for word, so maybe not. That is not true at all. What? Why would a... That's retarded. Why would a bot just say the same thing? Let's go to Ask Reddit real quick. Actually, wait, no. I'm gonna hold off on that. I'll make a video about that. Let's go to top of this month. Let's see how bad it actually was. Because right now we're reading all the new posts. But let's go to top of this month. Oh my god. Repeatedly watching r/conservative users getting closer and closer to getting it. Be like, okay, let's open the link. Oh, okay. You guys are this fucking close, so fucking close. And just like clockwork, everyone will conveniently find other things to fixate on in a week or so. The bots are already swarming like flies to a rotting carcass, posting anything that could serve as a useful distraction. Yes, y'all are getting astroturfed and brigaded. The call is coming from inside the house. I promise that pressuring your representatives in Washington to blow the lid off of a systematic decades-long pedophile ring is way more important than rage posting about a trans woman who won a gold medal. Remember that those in positions of power directly benefit from stoking division and outrage. What's happening now is just part of a 250-year-old playbook, and some of you finally seem to be waking up. What is this person fucking talking about? Let's go on r/conservative real quick. Oh my god, I almost spilt my drink. Let's see. U.S. Congress headed for early shutdown as Republicans avoid Jeffrey Epstein vote. Would you look at that? They're even talking about actual current events. Notice how Thomas Macy didn't push for this when Biden was in office. Notice how he voted to raise the debt ceiling when Biden is in office. One of the most subversive Republicans in Congress. One of the most fiscally conservative Republicans in Congress who listens to his constituents fixed it for you. Oh, sorry, Massey. I don't know why I said Macy. He's an influencer pretending to be a congressman. Just because he has the correct positions ideologically doesn't mean he's actually good at his job. He gets nothing out of his grandstanding. Do I think it makes sense to spend money trying to primary him? No, it's probably a waste. However, let's not act like he's accomplishing something grandiose here. He's never going to get 100% of what he wants, and rather than take the 85% of it, he bitches and moans on cable news and Twitter. It's nauseating at this point. Holy shit. If there was ever a time for a leak by some brave soul, this is it. And just to be clear for all the brigading libs here, Kamala hasn't released shit either. Just Kamala. Biden sat on it for 4 years. The entire government, Dem and Republican, are complicit to protect their pedophile friends. Guys, just shit you would never see on r/politics. Right fucking here. You know what? I'm gonna call upon you guys. Oh shit. Did that fuck it up? Okay, there we go. I'm gonna call upon you guys. Why do you think the Democrats and Biden and Kamala, why do you think they didn't fucking post the Epstein files? r/Ouija? I'm not going on Ouija. The fuck? To be fair, I'm not sure Biden was aware of his surroundings. Okay, but everyone else around him was. So, if they wanted to win, you know, the fucking presidential election, wouldn't this have been the easiest dunk ever? Because they're all on it? Obviously, not every single person is probably on it. But enough people would be that I just don't see. I guess it would be blackmail for all sides if they are all on it. But I'm looking for something new. Like, is it really this simple? There's a 50% chance the Epstein thing is a nothing burger? Absolutely not. There's a much greater chance that there's such a low chance that the whole Epstein stuff is nothing. That something happened, but we're not being told. That's it. That's literally all that's happening. Something happened, and we're not being told what happened. And we don't know why, but we better find out. That's all I'm saying. Why do you think nothing happened? With all the information that's out and all the like trickery, deception, why do you think nothing actually happened? I'm talking to you. What's your name? Jargon Scott. Where are you? The people don't have the guts to collectivize and do something about it? You know what we will do, though? We'll fucking vote everyone out, hopefully. That's the only power the people have, really. Other than, you know, actually overthrowing the government. I think the information has been public for a long time and nothing has come of it. I don't think that's true, though. I think there's a lot of information that isn't obviously being told. And we can see that because the government is conflicting itself every single time it fucking opens its mouth about it. Whoever leaked it would get a story of a lifetime. I think... that is true. I don't think they would live very long after, though. And also... I think we're missing information. I think information was either destroyed, lost in some way, right? That doesn't fully incriminate people. So even if, you know, you're on the or you're in the files or whatever, I think some people don't have enough. Or I think people don't have enough information to fully, like, release everything. Because it's probably spread out everywhere. I don't know. It's so hard. It's so hard to understand what the fuck's going on. Saint the Sock, again, Floppa, the DOJ said they will be speaking with Ghislaine Maxwell. Haven't heard any details since. Thank you for the 5. And I think it was only, what's her name? I think it was only Pam Bondi who said they were going to, right? Or was Pam Bondi the one who spoke about it? I don't know. That just came out today, didn't it? Which one was it? Epstein is a creepy dude who had a handful of helpful friends and allies that made him money. Why is it important now? Why must everyone be so catty about something that will turn out to be nothing? It's very simple. It's very, very simple. If you have information that would completely incriminate you, and you have a lot of power and influence, you're going to listen to the person to some degree who is blackmailing you. And Epstein, we know, 100%, has been blackmailing very high powerful figures. He is not a professional tax agent. I don't know. If you believe that, you're probably retarded. Obviously, he wasn't giving the best tax advice ever to these really rich people. So just him having that influence over them and having all of this, having all the power essentially and money to influence these people, depending on who knows what, they could hold that over them to get their way essentially politically. It's a lot more, knowledge is power. Explain how Epstein puts more money into people's pockets, how it makes your life better. How does a uber rich dude who had rich friends means he blackmails anyone? That's assumption. How it makes your life... Wait, explain how Epstein puts money into people's pockets. It's not him putting... They paid him to use his services, aka fuck children. Alright, and now that he knows this about them, whoever he tells this about them can expose them and basically ruin their entire life, especially if they have high influence. I mean, obviously they're rich, so they can just go hide, right? And they probably, but they would still be arrested, probably. Maybe, I don't know. How does an uber rich dude who had rich friends means he blackmailed anyone? If I know that you were on a pedophile island, and I could basically get whatever I want from you, especially if I'm holding the evidence of it. Yes, I know. How is Congress? Yes, I know. How is Congress helped by completely focusing on this rich problem? Because it's not just a rich problem. If your representatives are compromised by a foreign figure, I don't know, anyone who isn't an American figure, why would they help the American people? Like, how can we trust them to... sorry, not help the... How can we trust them to have the American citizens' best interest if they are compromised? Because someone has this completely life-destroying information about them because they fucked around. The Mossad forced Epstein to do into doing this. Trust. When you really dig, it'll all make sense. No, I'm aware that Epstein worked for Mossad. I think that was even like told. But also, Kash Patel said that some bankers were involved. I forgot. I'll have to find the clip, but it was a while ago. I think I mentioned it on a stream, or not a stream, but a video. Thank you for the 5, Wes. The national discussion is shifted to one issue: Epstein, not DEI, immigration, job creation, housing affordability. Yes, that is because people suspect that all of these problems aren't getting fucking solved because there is foreign influence through a lot of our Congress people, and a lot of our representatives have been influenced with this knowledge that is being held over their head. And so what if he was Mossad? Does that mean anything? That is a little bit harder to prove. We know he worked with Mossad, obviously, but exactly what he did in their interest, we're unsure.
Tremble before the scourge.
Like, because we won't know. But it's just people not liking Israel. Because Israel, for some reason, this foreign nation has a lot of control over what the American tax dollars, you know, where they go. And a lot of people do not like that. Forgot to mention, myself included, forgot to mention MLK files were released, apparently 230,000 pages. So clearly they still have those files from over 50 years ago, but not ones from 90s. Thank you, Saint the Sock, for the $5 and true. But anyway, sorry, I've been on this topic for a long time. Let's go back to r/complaints. But yeah, that's why people care so much. It's not so much that 1,000, 5,000, who knows how many kids, even though that's horrible, it's not so much that they got abused. It's the fact that there's people who aren't American who know this information, who could potentially divert American interest over our representatives' heads. Thank you for the $2, Oregon. I'm not mad at you, by the way. I'm just trying to explain to you as well as I can why people care and why this is such a big deal. It's not, and I get it, guys. It's hard to care about it because it doesn't really affect your day-to-day life, but the implications of this situation are fucking massive. They are absolutely massive. Like, imagine the reason that you've been voting for the last 5 years, or sorry, no, the last 20 years, has not fucking mattered because most of our government is being held, having blackmail of a fucking pedophile ring being held over their heads. That's insane. Policy, economy, and law is important, but this case with Epstein is over if all that means and institutions that manage those things are evil or not. Yeah, exactly. And not only evil, but completely compromised. That's really the problem. I mean, teenage girls, I wouldn't say... And here's the thing. We all suspect it's compromised, but now this is like a potential really big piece to the puzzle to why things are the way they are. Which is why it matters to so many people, and that why we're not shutting up about it. And this goes way above Donald Trump, by the way. I mean, even if he is completely culpable in these files, like I said, I want to see everybody who is involved. Like, we've had 2 presidents who we know that are involved with the files in some type of way. Clinton and almost Hillary. Almost Hillary, by the way. You don't think Hillary Clinton didn't know what the fuck is going on? Obviously she knew. And now Trump. So we had 3, one being a potential presidential candidate, all knowing about this shit. Anyway, sorry. Rant over. Trump supporters hours ago and got 7,000 upvotes. Oh, okay. I think I already covered this one. Man, how many of these have we covered? Oh, MAGA is tearing our country apart. First, they voted for a bigoted insurrectionist and rapist as a president. Yeah, you know, the head of representative of our fucking country. If that wasn't bad enough, they are literally now protecting pedophiles because their cult leaders said to. MAGA is full of insufferable little fuckwads that are too stupid to even communicate with. Oh my god, dude. The rape stuff really... It goes to show that these people do not want to have like a good faith discussion, because one, it was actually moved down to sexual assault. I'm assuming they mean the Jean Carroll E. Jean Carroll stuff. And 2, it was tried civilly, not criminally, which means the bar for the actual evidence that you would need to convict someone was way, 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 way lower. And not even convict. Convict is the wrong word. But if you were to win that case, the bar would be much, much lower than if it was actually tried criminally. But of course, you're going to wait 50 years, 40 years, however long it was, to mention allegations. And here's the shitty thing. If she actually is a victim of Trump, I feel bad for her because she should have spoken out and, you know, around the time that it happened, not 40 years later. And in fact, New York actually passed some legislation, I think, to remove the statute of limitations for the same year that she filed. So, but none of this nuance is ever talked about because we must believe all the victims. And I'm not saying you shouldn't, obviously. Like, you should take them seriously. But it's hard to take something seriously that happened 40 years ago when $8 million is on the line. Don't you think, guys? Don't you think? And this goes for anyone, not just Trump. Because Trump has said and done some fucking really deplorable things, in my opinion. Not to steal Hillary's words, but I think we all know Trump isn't a saint. In fact, he self-reports quite often. But, you know, I prefer his policies over Kamala, so yeah, it's a tough vote either way. That's why I said I think we need a full reset. We need a reset on the government. I'm tired of seeing the same fucking people over and over again with their shitty, stupid fucking ideas. Like, we used to have founding fathers that were 18 and 20. Where are those people? Where are the minds that actually, like, have a say in how the country is going to be 40 years from now, right? They have some stake in the game. And this, Trump fucks children. You can say... Source? Source? Can we get a source for that? I'm not saying it's not possible. But this is why, again, I can't take these people seriously. We don't have enough evidence yet to suggest this. Obviously, he looks very guilty, but until anything concrete comes out, I'm not retarded enough to just start spreading this shit. We can't coexist in the same country. Their hatred prevents it. We will separate or the country will collapse. Give me a 1 if you want country separation. How would we separate? Obviously, California and Canada are now on their own, I guess. Are we going to do a north-south divide again? I hate Trump and all his supporters are racist, Nazis, bigots, and pedos. Fellow Redditors, does anyone else hate Trump? Fellow Redditors, calling upon the mob. Give into your hate. Let it flow through you. I love getting in touch with my inner bitch. Trump has had sex with multiple children. Holy shit. Republican anti-abortion activist Howard Scott Heldreth is a convicted child rapist in Florida. Republican County Commissioner David Swartz pleaded guilty to molesting 2 girls under the age of 11 and was sentenced to 8 years in prison. Wait, what about this guy? Howard Scott Heldreth. Oh my god. Is that the guy? Wait, what? Republican anti-abortion activist. Some random dude? Republican who won county seat pleads guilty to sexual assault of daughter. Is that the same guy? John Jessup as commissioner in Hancock, Indiana, and faces prison after pleading guilty over incident in Las Vegas. Days after winning elected office, a Republican politician in Indiana pleaded guilty to trying to sexually assault his daughter in Las Vegas and now must resign his position. Wait, so what was he? Okay, he won a county seat, so he won local government, so this isn't like a legislator or anything. Keeping it in the family? Hey, yo. Unlike Trump, who has also faced a multi-million-dollar civil penalties for a rape allegation that a judge determined to be substantially true. Wow. Thank you, Guardian. These cases definitely aren't the same. I mean, are definitely exactly the same. Okay, I'm guessing that's the guy. I like how they said anti-abortion activist, though. Republican Judge Mark I don't know how to say this, pleaded no contest to fondling a 10-year-old girl who was sentenced to 10 years probation. Why not death penalty? What the fuck? Who got him off? Who got him off light? Republican legislator Edison Misla Alderando was sentenced to a 10-year in prison for graping his daughter between the ages of 9 and 17. Who is this guy? Edison? Wait, this is in Puerto Rico. Puerto Rican House of Representatives from 1997 to 2001. He also served as a representative from the 4th District. Holy shit. God damn, this guy got the list. Look at this. Young Republican Federation. Why don't they have one for Democrats? That's my question. I mean, I'm sure you can easily create a list this long just for Democrats too, but of course that wouldn't fit the narrative, so we gotta... But this is impressive, actually. I bet this guy didn't do it. I bet he just found someone. I mean, found this somewhere that someone else posted. Democrat found guilty sexual abuse or something. I don't know. "147 lawmakers in 44 states accused of sexual harassment and misconduct since 2017. How do you find this? There is a Democrat list in Reddit? Where is it, though? Of all the sexual assaulters? Arrested for unlawful cohabitation, polygamy? Wait, this guy got arrested for just entering a polyamorous relationship? That's nutty. Had an affair with Mary Allen Hubert. Accused of visiting a male brothel in Brooklyn frequented by Nazi spies in 1942. Had multiple extramarital affairs from 1914 until his death. Wilbur Mills of Arkansas, Democrat, was found intoxicated with stripper Fan Fox. He was reelected, but resigned from his position as chairman. This guy was found with a stripper and got reelected? Holy shit. This guy? This guy? Wait, he resigned from his position as chairman in 1974 after giving an intoxicated press conference from Fox's burlesque house dressing room? Holy shit, this guy's a GTA character. Yo, what the fuck? Wilbur Mills of Arkansas. What? I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say about this. What a fucking Chad. Holy shit. How do you get reelected? The most base Democrat? Bro, I gotta change the stream. Hold up. Let me change. Oops. Let me change the stream stuff real quick. This is way more interesting than reading the same fucking post over and over. Hold up. Only base dim? Nah, we gotta find more. I'm not gonna lie. What should we title the stream? Going through. No. Guys, give me titles. Come on. Finding gay facts with Floppa? Nah. What the hell? That's not what we're doing. Oh, shit. Oh, going through political scandals? Going through political sex scandals with Floppa. There you go. What should I make the thing? I guess I don't have to change the thing. Anyway, let's keep going. This is really, really interesting. Where is it? Okay, here we go. Representative Alan Howe of Utah, Democrat, was arrested in 1976 for soliciting two police officers posing as prostitutes. Ooh, that's tough. They got him. What is it with representatives and going to prostitutes? Don't most of these people have like families, like they're family men or something? Or I guess that's how they posed. The police officers were both dudes? Dude, no way. Wait, were they? No, police women. Why are you lying to me? That would be funny though. He did not resign, but he lost his bid for re-election that fall. Not resigning is based. Anyone who gets caught and just doesn't resign. Representative Wayne Hayes of Ohio ruined his career in a 1976 sex scandal. The Washington Post reported that Elizabeth Ray had been on the payroll of a committee run by Hayes for 2 years as a clerk secretary, when in fact her job was providing sexual favors to Hayes. Ray admitted, "I can't type, I can't file, I can't even answer the phone." That's wild to say after, Wait, did he say this as like an excuse not to work? Adios, felon attorney, Oregon. I can't type, I can't file, I can't even answer a phone. Hiring a prostitute in office is some work. Wait, who did he even do it with? Who is Elizabeth Ray? A former beauty queen. This guy got a beauty queen? I need a photo. Bro, where's the photo? That sucks. We can't get a photo of what she looks like. Representative Fred Richmond of New York, Democrat, was charged in 1978 with soliciting sex from a 16-year-old boy. Ooh. Charges were dropped after Richmond submitted to counseling. What? What the fuck? Robert L. Leggett of California acknowledged that he fathered 2 illegitimate children with a congressional secretary whom he supported financially. He also had an affair with a female aide to Speaker Carl Albert. Joseph P. Wyatt was arrested on charges of homosexual offenses. The fuck? Allegedly forced a female staffer to have sex with him to keep her job. Young referred to charge as poppycock. His wife committed... Oh, that's not funny. Yeah, I probably would too. But poppycock? Robert Bowman, Maryland, was charged with attempting to solicit sex from a 16-year-old male prostitute. After Bowman completed an alcoholism rehabilitation program, the charges were dropped? Bowman apologized to his voters for his indiscretions, but was defeated for re-election. He tried to get re-election after he tried to get a 16-year-old male prostitute and didn't take any fucking... no legal punishment whatsoever except for rehabilitation. Dude, I think the justice system has been broken way longer than we think. Representative John Henson resigned in 1981 after being charged with attempted sodomy for performing, oh god, oral on a male employee from the Library of Congress. Man, I don't know why it's a story as old as time that these probably super Christian religious people turn out to be gay. Isn't that weird? Like, we've seen this story so much. Thomas Evans, this guy looks like a Who from Whoville, went golfing in Florida with nude model and lobbyist Paula Parkinson, who later suggested that her lobbying techniques had been unusually tactile. Though Evans apologized for any appearance of impropriety, he was voted out of office in 1982. Future Vice President Dan Quayle and Congressman Tom Railsback also went on the golf trip but were not implicated in the scandal. Marilyn Quayle said it was common knowledge that her husband would rather play golf than have sex any day. Going golfing with a nude model. Her lobbying techniques had been unusually tactile. What is what is this description? And his wife is why is his wife batting for him? You know what the fuck happened, bitch. Come on. Come on. What are you doing? You know he cheated on you. Why else would you go golfing with with a nude model? Are you serious? Lobbying techniques. I know, right? Unusually tactile. Okay. John G. Schmitz of California, the leader of the ultra-conservative John Birch Society, admitted to having a second family but refused to accept or support the 2 children he fathered, those children becoming wards of the state in 1982. In 1997, his daughter, Mary Kay something, was convicted of, raping a 12-year-old student. For how long? How long do you think she was sentenced? Five minutes? Sentencing. She pled guilty of 2 counts of second-degree child rape. Initially, was sentenced to 7.5 years? 7 years? However, most of the sentence was suspended with conditions that she complete a sex offender treatment program, take medication for her bipolar. Poppycock minutes indeed, dude. Seven fucking years. 2 people, by the way. 2 people. Who was Poppycock again? What was that guy's name? I gotta take a look at him. There we go. John Andrew Young of Texas. This is Poppycock. Oh, man. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Let's move on. Okay, it was this. Dan Crane of Illinois, Republican. Jerry Studs of Massachusetts, Democrat. Were both... Oh, this is a duo. Were both convicted on July 20th, 1983, of a congressional page sex scandal for having sex with a 17-year-old congressional page. Oh my god. Give me a 1 if it was a boy, a 2 if it was a girl. Before I even look. A lot of 1s. Okay, let's see. The committee felt any sexual relationship between a member and a house of the congressional page by a member, blah, blah, blah. Entering office, Crane. It doesn't say who. Crane, I want to know. I am sorry. Yeah, fuck off. Die. Damn, it doesn't say. Can we find it? It was 2 of them, too. It was female. It was female. There we go. Right here. 17-year-old female page engaged with these 2. Found the congressman as an older man very attractive. I'm going to sum this up to daddy issues. I think you're right. I think you're right, Eat Rick. Holy shit. Jackal, you have no room to call my chat gay when you're the one talking about vor and furries constantly. Calm down, all right? I'm not going to say anything. I have my own opinions, all right? But you have no place to be calling other people in my chat gay, all right? Chill out. Gary Hart of Colorado was the frontrunner for the 1988 Democrat presidential nomination before being photographed with model Donna Rice on a boat named Monkey Business during a trip to the Bahamas, raising questions of infidelity. His popularity plummeted, and he soon dropped out. It was alleged that the photo had been staged and set up by a rival campaign of George H. Bush. Okay, so this guy wasn't even, like, caught. He just has, people just accused him of it. I mean, I need more information. I can see it going both ways, but I need more information. Okay, Republican Ernie Canu of California was accused by multiple women of sexual harassment. In one instance, he asked a female aide to move her name tag because it drew attention to her breasts, about which he later said she is not exactly heavily stacked, okay? Oh my god. He tried pulling a Trump before Trump. He also reportedly touched the knee of a lobbyist, Polly Minor, during a lunch, which caused a scene. Like, with his knee or, like, with a hand? Republican leaders, already unhappy with Canu's temperament, found a new candidate in Stanford. So this is the guy who we're talking about. I'm not surprised. Not gonna lie, but... Donald Buzz Lukens of Ohio was convicted of contributing to the delinquency of a minor for having sex with a 16-year-old girl. Ooh. 30 days in jail. Wait, 30 days in jail and fined $500? $30 days? Bro, this is blackpilling me. I think the judicial system is fucked. Why isn't this a federal crime? 30 days and $500? You could have fucked like 10 girls and still have been able to pay that comfortably. 30 days? Get the fuck out of here, man. That's not even a year. That wouldn't even be a year of sentencing. Barney Frank of Massachusetts Democrat, was reprimanded by the House in 1987 for fixing 33 parking tickets for Steve Goby, a male escort who lived with Frank. Goby claimed to have conducted an escort service from Frank's apartment without Frank's knowledge. Age of consent in Ohio is 16, but I'm sure they have clauses for people who, you know, like in North Carolina, let me give you an example. There's a 4-year clause. So if you're 16, it's only legal up to 20. If you're 17, it's only legal up to 21. And obviously 18, it's whoever, right? Because you're an adult. Even though I still find it incredibly weird. And I think a lot of grooming can be involved before then, but you know, that's another story. But this guy is obviously way above 20. This is not a 20-year-old, all right? Barney Frank eats corn the long ways. Who the fuck is Barney Frank? Thank you, Ayatollah. What's up? How's it going, man? Gus Savage, I do not like the way this guy looks, was accused of trying to force himself on female Peace Corps worker. Oh, not the Peace Corps worker, bro. Come on. In Zaire in 1989, no action was taken by the House Ethics Committee after Savage apologized to the victim. The Ethics Committee did nothing when this guy forced himself upon a Peace Corps worker. What's the point of having a fucking ethics committee then? Whose ethics are we defending? Oh my god. Brock Adams, Democrat, was accused by 8 women of committing acts of sexual misconduct, ranging from sexual harassment to rape. Adams denied the accusations and there was no criminal prosecution. He did not run for re-election 1992. Look, nothing says I'm innocent more than completely not running again. Although, I guess if that accusation gets around, you're already cooked. So, your chances were probably minuscule by that point. But 8 people all at once? When was the like time period of this? OG Biden? Brockman type shit? Let me keep reading. Representative Mel Reynolds of Illinois resigned from Congress in 1995 after conviction for statutory rape. In 1994 of August, he was indicted for sexual assault and criminal abuse for engaging in a relationship with a 16-year-old campaign volunteer that began during the 1992 campaign. So this happened for 2 years. Despite the charges, he continued his campaign and was re-elected that November with no opposition. I could have won. What? Reynolds initially denied the charges, which he claimed were racially motivated. Of course. On 22nd of August 1995, he was convicted on 12 counts of sexual assault, obstruction of justice, and solicitation of CP. Oh my god. Gus Savage did nothing wrong. Free my nibba. $2. Thank you. Thank you, Ayatollah. What is your opinion on a death penalty for predators? I am all for it. The best way to stop any crime is to give the most relentless punishment possible to those who even dare to get close to trying to break that law. And sex crimes, I think, absolutely need to be held to that extreme standard. I don't see why not. Immediate castration, yes. Fucking go for it. It's not that grape fucking minors. Is that really a standard that is that difficult to uphold? I don't think so. What a freak, dude. Illinois. All right. I think that's gonna do it, guys. I think we had a good stream. Holy shit. Black pill stream. Black pill stream. No problem, Eat Rick. Thank you to all 123 people who I still see that are still here. Thank you for watching. Thank you to everyone who else who has joined the stream at this point. I greatly appreciate it. Thank you for all the donations. I will be calling out your names tomorrow in tomorrow's video. I'm going to try to get one more video out. It's going to be that game review of that one game we played, Creature Kind, yesterday. But hopefully, we get another video and another stream out tomorrow. But good night, everybody. I love y'all. I'm not sure what we're gonna do tomorrow. Ideas usually come up to me. Yes, Mothman is the best character. I usually come up with ideas. I don't know. When the day comes. But sleep well, guys. Hope you guys had a good day. Hope you guys enjoyed the stream. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. And we will be returning tomorrow, of course. The content never ends. And I hope you guys stay tuned for tomorrow. Or at least watch the VOD or something. I don't know. But thank you all for joining. I will see you guys tomorrow. W's to all the mods, Meowistic, and everybody who donated. www. Hopefully no more N-word bots tomorrow, but I wouldn't be surprised if they come. But anyway, guys, I will see you later.